Implausible Nature now has dice. That's right, you can get these awesome D6s made by our partner Baron of Dice. These custom dice have the Implausible Nature logo on the six side and also come with square corners, which means they will roll more evenly than rounded corner dice. Head on over to baronofdice.com and use discount code IN40K to get a discount on your order and support us at the same time. Check out his full collection of dice for all your gaming needs with the link down in the description.
Alright guys, welcome to Implausible Nature, your home for all things Black Templar. Got another Space Marine 2 video for you today. On today's video, we are going to be talking about weapon mastery, weapon progression, how all that works. I still see a fair amount of confusion from newer players who just aren't really sure how this works, because frankly the game doesn't really tell you. You have to kind of figure it out yourself, and you can certainly make some mistakes along the way. So hopefully this video will help you out and prevent those mistakes. So let's get into it. Alright, so I've picked a weapon here that I have not yet played even once with, just to kind of give you an example. So when you're first starting out with a weapon, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have a bunch of locked icons of different weapons. You're going to have the standard one available that you can equip. And if you mouse over it, you're going to notice that there is a mastery bar. And there's also a mastery bar right here. These are related, but also separate, right? So, for example, this first one requires 1300 XP to master, and in order to get to master crafted to unlock it, you got to spend 15. Got to get 1500, total XP on that weapon. Now, the same holds true for Artificer and for Relic, although it goes up exponentially. So while 1300 really means that, you're just going to need to basically run one extra mission to get to Master Crafted. To go from Master Crafted to Artificer, even if you maxed these two weapons, you're going to need a lot more XP to get there. So I think if we want to take a look, so I've mastered this one, but you see I still only have a little bit of XP on this side. The reason why this is mastered, I'll tell you in just a second. And this is only at 300 XP. How is that possible? Aha. So, something that you can do, which if you're like, I don't really want it now at the beginning, you might as well just master. You might as well just use the XP. Like, play the game, get the XP, and master it that way. There is another way to do it, and this is important for down the road when maybe you don't want to play with that version of the gun because there's more than one version and they have different stats, right? So let's take a look at a weapon that I've pretty much fully mastered, the bolt rifle. So you can see I've got the mastery for each one of these. Each time you master one of these, you get a mastery point, which you can spend on the perk tree, right? Let's say you're in a situation where you're like, I don't want to level this weapon because I'm already ready for the next tier. I just want the mastery point. So you can instant level it by, if we go to one here that's not, I have to equip it. See, if I hold down the button and it says master, it's going to cost me 1 gold icon. So to be perfectly honest, I don't really want to level this one because I like the accuracy one and the grenade launcher one far better. They're significantly better, so I've got plenty of gold. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how that works. And now it's master. Now you see I get the icon here. Hey, you have a new perk to spend, and we'll spend it there. So every time you master a weapon, whether you're doing it instantly via just paying for it, or whether you are earning all that XP, you're going to get a mastery point to spend on the perk tree. So something to note is you get as many mastery points as there are weapons. So in this case, there is 10 bolt rifle, or excuse me, 11 bolt rifles. So there's 11 total mastery points. Getting to this point here, these break points to get to the next level, does not earn you a mastery point. I've seen that question quite a lot. There's a bar right here for Relic. Don't ask me what it's for yet, because getting to the end does nothing. I have fully mastered my power sword and my chain sword. It does nothing. It just gets you to the end. Presumably down the road there will be potentially another level of weapons, but whether that happens or not remains to be seen. My guess is they put this in here just in case they decide to add that in the future. So it could be an indication of another level of weapons coming in the future. Don't really know. So that's how leveling up these weapons, needs. So you can see here, I was talking about this earlier. You need 1,800 for each one of these. That amounts to 3,600, but I need 7,500 to get to Artificer. So you're going to be playing with these weapons a lot longer than, just leveling them each to get to this next level. Same thing with these four, right? 2,600 is not going to get you 17,000 times 4, right? We talked a little bit about the mastery points, which work on the perk tree. So let's take a look at the perk tree. So each weapon has a perk tree. And you can see this is my bolt rifle one here. I will get one more mastery point when I level that other weapon. But the way this works is you start out down here and you move down the chain. If there is a connecting piece, see how the little arrow has a connecting piece? You can connect those two, like I branched down here but then continued on. You could also branch down here and then go across the bottom. So you can really kind of customize your path along here. Do note, if you do stuff like this, you will not make it to the last perks set over here. There is not enough perks to fill up all the things, even if you branch out into other ones. So you got to kind of pick and choose what's going to be your perk setup. So you got to carefully look at each perk and figure out whether it's worth taking or not. If you're like, you know what, I'm not happy with this setup, you can press and hold this button right here, and it'll reset all your perks. There's no cost to do it. You'll get all your mastery points back, and then you can fill it back out how you want. Much the same way you can do with your perk tree on your class. So yeah. So that's how progression works for weapons. You can level them by playing with them. You can level them by instantly mastering them. Do note, if I pay a mastery point or a armory data point to instantly master a weapon, it does not give you that XP up here. You still got to play with one of those weapons until this bar fills. So that's also important to note. I thought maybe that it would do that. I tried it out. It did not. So, which is fine. But that's something you have to be aware of. You still have to fill this bar manually. There's no quick fix. So you can't just if you have a bunch of, you see I've got a fair amount of armory data. I can't just, bing, 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 master all these things. I still have to fill this bar manually. There's no quick way to do that. So yeah. Now, as far as getting XP for your weapons, how do you get XP for your weapons? Well, there's been a lot of confusion around this. A lot of people think it's related to kills or how much damage you do. And in testing, this is not the case. All you literally have to do is use the weapon at least once during the mission, and you'll get credit for it. If you don't use the weapon at all, you're not going to get anything. If you switch weapons during at a drop pod and change into something different, you're going to get a prorated amount of XP for that weapon based on how long into the mission you used it. So if you swap at the first drop pod, you're only going to get up to whatever XP up to that. It seems like it's based on checkpoints. Is what my experience with how that earns. So if you use your weapon a little bit, if you're primarily using your primary and you use your sidearm only a little bit, but you've used the sidearm the whole mission, you're going to get the same amount of XP on your primary as you do on your secondary. So hopefully that was informative for you guys. Hopefully a nice quick video. Let me know down in the comments, is there anything you've discovered that I didn't talk about with this? Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe. All those things really help us out here on the channel. Check out our other content if you're interested in 40K on the tabletop. We have a lot of great tabletop content as well. We have a Discord as well if you want to talk about Black Templars specifically. Come check us out. All that's down in the description. And so we'll see you next time.